YouTube, what's good with y'all? It's your boy Justice coming back at y'all with another YouTube video, another Energy Collective read. I appreciate every one of y'all tapping in with me. Remember, energy is timeless, so if this finds you, it must be at a resonant time in your day. It must be a message for you. Take what resonates and leave. Please discard the rest. We outside today, y'all. Enjoying the nature. And making sure I still get my uploads out. I got a lot of things to do with my day, but making sure I still get I got personals to do, and I got a general collective read to do today. Spirit's getting me on here. But if you need a personal booking with me, hit up Shamika Sun with a C and Shamika at gmail.com. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All likes, comments, shares, and subscribes are so appreciated. We are, I think, within, if I'm not mistaken, within 200 or within 250 subscribers to 10K. I appreciate every one of y'all. All the love is so very appreciated. So let's go ahead and get started. Angels of the highest white light, please bestow upon me. Please remove any distortions, distractions from my energy field. And please bestow upon me clear and concise channel messages for the divine collective and what they need to hear today. Thank you, and Ashe. Page of Pentacles represents a vision, represents a desire that you once had or do have right now, or had originally. There's something about a vision to return to, something about a vision to keep your eye on, something about a vision to keep your momentum going toward, something about a promise you kept to yourself, or a promise that God kept to you, or, revealed to you, or, a promise that was revealed to you through a mission, through someone else, through whatever that represents for you. With planned robbery, I feel like there's people that try to destiny swap with you. I feel like whoever I'm tapping into, I think you're going through a period that people recognize your divinity, anointing, your calling before you do, and try to steal it before you know it, or your awareness, or it's usually energetic. So if they can have you or connotate you in the mindset of you not feeling that you're worthy, or something not being possible of coming into fruition, or anything of that nature, any type of deterring mental blockage, that's what it is. That's where they use, or let's say the enemy can use its resistance to, or that said resistance to, like I said this in a previous video, parasitically invest itself within that void space that it creates, that conflict, that uncertainty, that duality, and insert itself into it parasitically to siphon off of that said energy that you're not aware of, or you're being actively, somebody's trying to actively, or a being entity is trying to actively misguide you from a direction, place, circumstance that really does fulfill you or does serve your highest purpose. This is significant with you're not what they thought. So I think a lot of people took your divinity for weakness, or some people, a lot of skeptics, a lot of black magic practitioners are usually skeptic, or have a lot of skepticism on their ideology of connection to source. And so I feel like whoever I'm tapping into, you went through a situation where people maybe didn't believe in God, or didn't believe in chosen beings, or believe in anointed or anointing, and wanted to test it and play with it like it was cool, is what I'm getting, or fun, or a joke. And I think people are getting that reflection now that it's not. It's clearly not. With the Nine of Pentacles energy, you still being in self-sufficiency, or there's a need to be in self-sufficiency, or maintain a sense of self-sufficiency within self, whether that's wholeness within yourself on a mindfulness, a mindful level, or that's you making sure that you are still paying your bills, or providing, or can still get something to eat tonight, that's self-sufficiency. I feel like there's something significant, these damn bugs, there's something significant about distractions. There's something significant about them wanting to take away from your certainty of self, or your well-being within self, or your wholeness within self, or you being able to take care of yourself fully. There's something along the lines of that, or you making you feel like you couldn't, frankly. With the Nine of Swords energy, this is anxiety, hopelessness. Somebody wanted you. I feel like I'm tapping into a group of people that may have been in a dark lane, a dark period of their time, but you may have been, I'm hearing, this may have been for a reason. You needed to be set apart for a reason, to transmute or transfer or transcend or release, or in some way, shape, or form, you had to evolve or cut cords with identifications or ideas of self that were no longer serving you. So whoever I'm picking up on, you may be coming into, out of, or transitioning from a hermit period of your time, which taught you some sense of spiritual mastery within self. Like I said, there was a need for cutting cords with things that don't serve you. Cutting cords with ideals of self is very significant, because I feel like whoever I'm tapping into, you may be getting attacks from people that want you to feel a certain way about yourself, which means that you got to let go of certain things of yourself. Weaknesses, when I say weaknesses, easier said than done. Weaknesses is usually where people are attacking. Excuse me if I kind of just rush to that, but I feel like whoever I'm tapping into, somebody's being attacked through sense of self, or through deterring, somebody's trying to deter your sense of self is what I'm getting. And so with that, there's a need of release of those senses of self, or those ideals of self that are no longer with self, or no longer a desire to be with self, or no longer desire to stay with self. There's a significance on pushing yourself into uncomfortable situations, or if you don't do it, then life is going to do it. And I'm living that right now in terms of certain situations that are having to make me move on my feet a little more, to make me move a little more consciously, a little more aware, and not to have a backbone of comfortability that really is enabling old patterns of myself. That may be a significant message for somebody. So when the towers come, it's probably because this is for somebody significant. When towers hit, it may be because you didn't take the initial message or the initial intuitive guidance, but it's not a punishment. Towers are redirection. Towers are meant for you to listen and tap into, for, like I said, spiritual mastery is important for you to actually identify with different parts of energies and different experiences of energy, to be able to adapt into what this life shit is, which is a cultivation, a simulation of random energies that are going to continuously pull and push to the surface, in and from, and in and out of, to and from the surface, right? From its surface. But there's something about your ancient royalty that is activating at this time, or your DNA. I said this in a couple of times, usually a couple videos, couple of uploads, but usually with these ascension points or major tower moments that happen, it usually identifies or awakens you to an identity, or a part of your identity, or part of your soul, a part of your consciousness that you have not yet in this incarnation explored. That's what the whole point is. Don't believe the illusion. It's only the energy that they're projecting. Your fate is always in your hands. So this goes back to the message of not allowing anybody to tell you who you are, or not allowing anybody to tell you your path. A lot of us are going into that unconventionality in this day and age, and it's a very individual day and age. When I say individual, it's more so subjected. We are now accepting that my path with myself and my connection to source has to do with me, not has to do with Jimmer or Jared or Margaret. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with them. So I think a lot of whoever I'm tapping into, you're being guided to accept your separation. 818, as I'm saying this, separation from different consciousness, separation from duality consciousness, separation from a consciousness of lack, separation from a consciousness of uncertainty, separation from a consciousness of fear, and seeing it from a perspective of using it to utilizing it as a tool, because all of it's energy. All of it is a tool and access to you, a resource to you. And a lot of times we can just take these said resources, and these resources can use it themselves against us, like a computer, like an AI. Think about AI, how it's becoming so advanced. It's going to get to a point where they're going to be controlling us, if it's not already, right? On a mental level, psychological level, right? It's significant for somebody to look at the keys, the access point. The keys, these tools around you as energy. It's all energy. Everything is energy. And you have to pick how you how you connotate that energy and what that energy represents to you. Sometimes we can create those cancer cells. Sometimes we can create these sick spells in ourselves. We can create this and we don't know it. It's just a significant message for somebody. It's not you, it's your approach to the situation. It's all alchemy. Every day is alchemy. Every day you're always going to alchemize something. And this is just going a little deeper, because it's not always about how other people view you. It's about how you view you. And other people viewing you, I usually give this for transparency for people that need to know that, in terms of relativity for what they view in themselves. But it's not about what the fuck these people view of you. I'm learning that every day. I still am. I say it, but I'm still learning it every day. I'm still feeling into that every day. I'm still feeling more bold every day. I'm still progressing to be myself more every day and who God made me to be. And that's significant for somebody. It's not a quick, immediate thing, you know, hidden betrayals, you know, people, you know, not being who they say they are to you fully to your face and being different behind your back is not an easy thing to take. It's a specific message for somebody. It's not easy for you to take those people that may not understand, may not fathom, may try to project certain things because they don't have a finite understanding of you, and that's okay. It has everything to do with their path, and you may serve as a relativity point for them down the line. Maybe they don't see it in hindsight. Maybe they projecting out their ass on you. Maybe they talking. Maybe they treating you funny. Whatever, right? Because you're gonna heal and you're gonna move forward. You're gonna ascend past it because that's where God puts you in. You're in that situation with that person because you're probably a guiding light in hindsight for that person to accept their differences, accept their shadows, accept their sicknesses. You know what I mean? When I say sicknesses, vices, you know what I mean? Those things that, what sin is, what those things that come back in karma that quote unquote kill us, you know what I mean? In terms of the death, the transformation, that's what sin is. And that's the difference between sin and eternal life. The difference between those things are consciousness. That's a significant message. It should be a bingo for somebody. It's a consciousness level. You're very beautiful and very handsome, so there's a need to just bask in yourself and accept yourself and flow with yourself. You know, you deserve to be recognized. You deserve to be felt. You deserve to be supported. You deserve to take up space. Significant message for somebody. You know, rise to the occasion. You outshine them all. You will outshine them all. And this is a significant message. Sometimes you can fear what other people's anticipation of energy is. Sometimes you can feel what other people feel about you before you do or step into a certain circumstance, environment, scenario, whatever that is. Whoever I'm tapping into, you have a raw femininity about you. There's a lot of women that's on this channel, so a bad bitch energy. But it's a lot of, there's some men, some real creative or in tune men that tap into my channel too. So with bad bitch energy, there's a need to like bask in feminine essence in terms of like basking in nurturing your grounds on a spiritual level. And that always, it doesn't always mean on, like when I say feminine energy, it doesn't always mean the cutesy nurturing. No. A lot of femininity represents spirit, and a lot of spirit represents the originality of what you see before you represent in the physical, meaning that spirit is like the beginning end. So it's kind of should give you a perspective when I'm talking about the yin energy, the yin in relativity to the yang. It's damn near more, not more important. They both are both equally as important, like a positive and a negative. But that yin energy is the negative. It's the void space. It's the creation. It's the beginning and end. Like I said, you're gonna see reflected in the yang energy from what's projected and what's begun and what's cultivated in the end. It's just a message for somebody. But believe in your dreams. You're worthy of completing this mission. You're worthy of going. You know, you're worthy of defying the odds. Give yourself that story. Give yourself that scenario. What if you do it? What if you do it better than what anybody else ever told you could? What if you're better than anybody else gave you the credit for? What if you're more in tune than you think you are? What if you're more deserving than you think you are? What if you're more successful than you think you are? What if you're richer than you think you are? You know what I mean? It's how you connotate yourself. 1333, as I said that. Your art is needed, bro or sis. Your truth is needed. Your expression is needed. You know, what if these people take to my truth? What if they don't? What if that helps me? What if that still helps me? What if these people trying to harm me is helping me? What if these people trying to talk against me is helping me? What if these people not believing in me is helping me? What if it's helping me to become exactly what I wanted to become? Because I mean, if I had the keys and the support access system, I mean, it would have just took away from my resilience, and it would have took away from the path of becoming more resilient, more strong, stronger, more wise, more in tune, more aware, more versatile. So think about these things when you're going through these things. I may be tapping into some content creators or some type of influencer that may have supposed to have some type of influence over a community or family or a group of people. But peep the signs, your intuition ain't lying. There's a need to trust who you are, trust yourself. Because, you know, I'm learning these things every day. Like, you know, not that I have the answers, not that I have, not like that. but I have my own answer. And it's about me trusting that I have my own answer. It's about me trusting that God has already bestowed the vision upon me. It's about you trusting the vision that is bestowed upon you, whether you feel the vision, whether you feel the intuitive nudge, and that's all you got. Whether you just feel for a vision that you're stepping forward in and you don't know where the fuck you're stepping, but you're stepping. That's everything that you're supposed to be doing. And to continue doing that in a faith, in a blind faith. But back that blind faith up with affirmation, with substance, with action that connotate the choices of I want to do better and I want to get to my goal. I'm going to get to my goal with or without, regardless of who the fuck is watching me. You know, regardless of who the fuck is judging me, because I don't give a fuck about what the fuck that person has to say about me. And that's the point you got to get to, because who the fuck is that person besides somebody else going on their soul journey, their spiritual journey? They're nobody else. They don't fucking matter. And they do matter in terms of the grand scheme. We all co-assimilate and add something to this world. But let that motherfucker go about their day. And don't give that motherfucker 10 seconds of your thoughts, 5 seconds. And that's my last message for y'all, or not my last, but your auric field is meant to bring rainbows and sunshines into people's days. So there's a need to stay dedicated with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is efficiency, responsibility, consistency, determination. There's a need to stay dedicated to that vision at this time. As that was the first card, wasn't it? Page of Pentacles, that vision. And to introspect on how far and what, not only how far, but how these failures, these misconceptions, these confusion points, how they've really pulled together and strung together and kind of detoured you on a path that gave you more resilience, gave you more structure within self, maybe gave you more anger, maybe gave you more sadness, maybe gave you more depressive thoughts. But maybe those depressive thoughts and things like that were only giving you more space and more energy to cultivate an awareness that you had more control than you thought you did. You had more power than you thought you did. You had more strength than you thought you did. And maybe that's the message. And I think that's it for me. Just ask yourself these things and introspect a little more. And really be honest with yourself. Honesty. Like, knowing you're fucked up. Knowing you made the choice to put yourself in certain places. Knowing when you did certain things that connotated what it connotated for you. Knowing when you let somebody get in your head a little bit. Knowing when something, you shamed yourself for something. Knowing when you connotated these emotions, and why am I connotating these emotions? Why am I giving the attachment of that feeling to this thing? Even if you don't find the answer for those questions, ask yourself, because you will. And that's my final message. If you need a personal booking with me, hit up Shamika, son with a C, and Shamika@gmail.com. I'm about to get started my personals. I took a little longer on y'all. I got like 5 or 6 more. I pray for all 5 or 6 of you. If you're watching this video by the time, I'm pretty sure I probably have 1 or 2 done by the time y'all see this video. But I really appreciate you, your grace and your patience to those few. And I appreciate all the super thanks, likes, cares, and subscribes. All the super things are so appreciated. You don't got to do shit like that for me. And I just send all that love and Ashe back to you and yours. But this is your boy Justice, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.